Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Here we have a 88 Jeep Comanche with the Inline 640. And today we're replacing the starter. You can see it way down there. And here's why we're replacing it. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna disconnect the negative terminal off the battery. And now first is this loose, you definitely wanna go ahead and replace this whole thing. I'll have another video linked to my YouTube. This one's just rusted in. I mean, it's already clamped down and it just kinda, it's looser than a 5-cent hooker. All right, so you wanna go ahead and get that off and we'll move to step 2. All right, so here we are under the car. Here's our starter right here. So we're actually missing a bolt right here. Looks like we're gonna pick one of those up. The second bolt to get it out is actually on the back side, right here. Let's see if I can get the light for you guys. Right there. So this bolt right here is gonna be the second one to hold the starter in, and it's a 15 millimeter. All right, so once you get this back bolt loose, your starter's gonna be damn near ready to fall out. So just be careful if you're laying underneath it because it's heavy, son of a bitch. All right, so once you get both the bolts out, it's just gonna slide right out. It's gonna come down right here, and we can get to these 2 wires here. So this little one here is gonna be an 8 millimeter. Take this off. Super caked on there. Just wiggle this off. Put this nut back on so we don't lose it. And then this other one here is a 13 millimeter. If we can get it on there. There we go. And I'll stay still. Come on. There we go. So once this nut is off, the starter is ready to fall. So you just want to be very careful taking it off. If you can get this nut back on. The new starter comes with a new nut, so you don't need them. I just don't want it laying in my driveway. All right. And that's how you take out a starter. All right, so here we got our new starter. We're gonna go ahead and unbox that. And you always want to double check that your new starter and your old starter are the same. Otherwise, you're gonna have problems. So just basically kind of make sure it looks the same. It's got the same mounting holes. Cool. All right, we're ready to put this bad boy in. All right, so here's the 2 bolts that your starter is gonna need. You're gonna need a 3/8 by 16 by 1.5, and you need a washer as well. I got a little washer kit here. You're gonna need a 3/8 washer on that, and then the other one's gonna be a short bolt. It is a M10 by 1.5 by 20 millimeters. They are SAE and metric. They're swapped. It's weird. I don't know why they did it, but they're different. So installation of your new starter here is going to be, well, the exact opposite of the removal. So you're going to go ahead and take your red wire, your little green wire here, hook the green up here, hook the red up here, make sure they're really tightened down. So when you're tightening this red wire down, there's this little flange here. you're going to want to make sure it's sitting off to the side so that you can get this nut seated all the way down. If it's not, you're going to have problems starting it later. All right, now that your wire's good, you can go ahead and get this wiggled into place and get the bottom bolt started in. So you just want to get this in finger tight. You don't want to tighten it down all the way, so that you can still adjust and move it just enough it'll hold the weight of the starter. All right, and now we're gonna put the screw back in this hole here. So a little tip when you're putting this bolt in over here is to lift up on the back end of the starter and take the weight off of it so you can get this back bolt in, kind of wiggle it and get it as tight as you can. And once they're both snug, then you can take your wrench and tighten them down all the way. All right, once you got all your bolts tightened down, ready to go, you come back up, put the battery back on, and give her a start. And if you did everything right, it should sound like this. Thanks for watching, everybody. That's how you replace a starter on an 88 Comanche.